In his best moments, Carter's combination of religious idealism with a tenacity of purpose yielded spectacular results. None was more important than the 1978 Camp David Accords, which Carter personally brokered between Egyptian President Anwar Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin. Carter took on the role as peacemaker in the Middle East despite strong skepticism from his advisors and the American press.
And all those intelligent reporters and press people said, oh, come on, it's not going to work, Mr. President. It's, not a good idea, et cetera, et cetera. And Carter proved to be right, and we, as usual, proved to be wrong.
Surely Carter enjoyed defying the Washington establishment, but he had a higher purpose in bringing Sadat and Begin to the bargaining table.
I've been a Bible teacher since I was 18 years old. I taught Bible lessons at the Naval Academy Chapel when I was a midshipman at Annapolis. I knew the geography of the Holy Land. I knew the ancient histories and the challenges and so forth. So I had an idealistic ambition of seeing if I couldn't bring peace between Israel primarily and Egypt and address simultaneously the problems of the Palestinians.
Getting Sadat and Begin to sit down with each other was an achievement in itself, but getting them to agree on anything was a challenge of almost biblical proportions.
I found that Begin and Sadat were personally incompatible. The first 3 days, all they did was argue about ancient grievances and made ugly remarks at each other.
There's this extraordinary moment when Begin blows up and wants to march out of the cabin and leave Maryland, and Carter puts his hands and blocks him and says, "You're not going. I'm not letting you guys leave until we get a peace accord."
It took 13 days, but finally, an exhausted President Carter persuaded Sadat and Begin to agree on a framework for peace. The signing of the Camp David Accords was the high water mark of the Carter years.